Now, another part of the conversation around the government today is this one. Courier poll out today. Now, you know, people who watch us for a long time, that we don't take much credence in like seats in the House with polls that are done this time of year. Because no matter what people say, oh, they've got the numbers to form a government, they don't. They get those on election night, and that's the only time they get them. But what we do like to look at is the trends and what's happening at the moment. And the trend at the moment for National is trending down. Now, I don't care about seats in the House, but what I do care about is asking the question, is this indicative of how people are feeling about National in the country at the minute? And I think the answer to that is yes. Labor is trending up. Is that indicative of how the country is feeling about Labor at the moment? And I think the answer is yes. Now, what you find with the numbers is basically Labor goes up and the Greens go down. So have they just taken them from there? But then again, Te Pāti Māori go up as well. But at the moment, according to this one poll, one rando poll, which often has a right-wing lean, Labor at 34.1, National at 33.6. I put a tweet out today that said, if this is what the Courier poll is saying, what does that really say about what the country thinks about National at the moment? We're not going to stop quite there either, because we go to preferred prime. Don't care about that, the seats in the House, what do you do? But preferred Prime Minister, which also is indicative of how the people are feeling about our leadership. And we've got, well, they haven't given us the numbers, have they? They haven't given us the numbers. I can't see the numbers.
Oh, look at that trend.
You can see
that
Chippy.
Delicious trend.
Chippy is ahead of the Prime Minister and preferred Prime Minister right now. And yeah, the trend, well, when was this? This was June 20. Okay, so when was the election? October 23. So he sort of reached his peak at about 35% about the middle of last year. And since then, it's just been trending down. And some of the people that he's trending down with will be people who voted for the right bloc. There'll be people who voted for ACT, who think he's a spineless jellyfish. There'll be people who voted for National, and they're going, you're letting these far right guys get away with nothing. So a good, there'll be a percentage of this trending down, a percentage of his unhappy people who are also his voters. Whereas if you have a look, I mean, Chippy stayed, but let's be honest, let's be fair. Yeah, he's a little upwards one, but he stayed pretty much consistent the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And then the last one I wanted to look at was favourability. And as you can see, Hipkins, the yellow is the plus minus. So the only person in positive favourability is Chipkins. Luxon's bad. Seymour's terrible. Jones is terrible. Van Velden's terrible. Winston Peters a smidge into the negatives. Chippy has a positive favourability. So the trends around that are interesting. The trends around that are saying the electorate is voicing displeasure with this current government. And I guess I would wonder, Chewie, pose the question, how do they get out of this slump? What do they need to do? Because if they're slumping now, that means what they're currently doing is not exciting their base. And what they're currently doing is xenophobic, racism, slamming Māori. It's all these things. That's not working, Mr. Luxon. If you want to be Prime Minister 2.0 in 18 months from now, how are you going to turn around that Titanic? Because you're slumping with what you're doing now. You've got to do something different.